Guys, what's going on? It's Adonis, and this is actually the second time I'm recording this video because the first time I did, my microphone was off. Great job. Great job. But yeah, so what we're going to be talking about today is actually a VPN because your boy lives in Australia and I have very little access to streaming services here because of, rights to content and stuff like that, the regular stuff. And luckily for me, NordVPN hit me up and was like, hey, you live in Australia, you might want to check this out. So they gave me a trial to actually utilize the service, see if I like it, if it makes sense for what I want to do online. And they gave me a bomb discount for you guys. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you why I like it, what I use it for, and what that discount is, because it is so fly. Let's go. Now, if you guys are fans of geek culture content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you have notifications turned on so you don't miss any future content. Now, before we get started, full disclaimer, NordVPN did hit me up about this. They did provide me a link to actually utilize this service. So I've been using it for the past 2 weeks to test this out, see if I actually like it, see if it's worth it for me or for people that are in countries like Australia that block content from certain sites you just don't have access to. So I'm gonna show you how it was for me in that type of space. I'm not a huge internet guy when it comes to VPNs and doing server stuff. That's not something that I'm really into. So if you're looking for like a really complex, in-depth analysis of NordVPN, you might want to look somewhere else, but I will showcase what I was using it for and also what the speed differences are on the VPN versus not being on VPN and stuff like that. So let's get into this. Here we go. Now, obviously, besides having access to certain content, streaming sites and things like that, a lot of people just want that extra anonymity online. And this is something that you get with a VPN. And the cool thing about the application is how simple the app is. And it's easy on the iPhone. I have obviously a Mac computer, iMac, and a MacBook Pro. And you just download the app, log in, and it's just super simple. There's nothing really to it. There's a quick connect button that just automatically connects to a server in your country. So you're just utilizing that IP. It's not your IP. Really simple. I actually really enjoy it. Now, something that I wasn't really thinking about until I actually went into the settings was the kill switch setup. This was actually really dope. So once you have that enabled, if the VPN stops working, it'll automatically cut your internet connection. So your IP doesn't just come back to you and you're like, hey, guess what I'm doing, guys? It actually just kills the internet connection. So I actually thought that was pretty fly. I never needed it, but still pretty cool to have that kind of peace of mind that you are staying secure and invisible. Now, also for people that live in China or countries like the UAE or Saudi Arabia, it actually bypasses those firewalls. So if you want to have access to other sites that maybe your country doesn't allow, you now have access to it. So, the more you know. Now, obviously the main thing that a lot of people are concerned about is compatibility. So Mac OS, iOS, Android, Windows, Linux, you are covered, guys. Everybody has it. Now, one of the things that really speaks that kind of confidence in a product and a service is a money-back guarantee. 30 days, risk-free. If you're like, this isn't my jam, I don't really care for it, doesn't really work the way I thought it was gonna work, you get your money back. Like, that's dope. I respect that. And then obviously they're up to date as far as payment. Credit card, PayPal, Bitcoin, they're in there, you're in there. So let's talk about just kind of speed performance. So I was utilizing my iPhone 8 Plus. That's what I was using VPN on first because I just wanted to see how it worked if I was in HBO Now, Hulu, what that looked like. So what I did first was just do kind of like a benchmark of internet connectivity on Wi-Fi on my device and comparing that to when I was on the VPN, what the speed difference was. There was a speed difference through the test. The download speed was a lot smaller than when it was off the VPN, but it's okay because when I started to play the content, it actually played because before it wouldn't play. I couldn't watch HBO Now. I couldn't watch Game of Thrones, guys, on my phone. I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch, I couldn't watch Ballers if I wanted to. I couldn't do it. If I wanted to watch Hulu, guess what? I couldn't do it. Now I can do it. And the cool thing is even though the speed decreased, it still played, it still streamed, no problem. High quality, no problem. I was like, okay, this works. I dig it already. Now, for those of you that are looking at my internet connection, like, why is your internet so slow, bro? Check this out. Australia's home internet, guys, is not the business. It just isn't. I'm on something called NBN. It's essentially fiber to the node, nothing fancy, but I hear it's fancy. And that's kind of like the pinnacle of speed in Australia when it comes to surfing the net. So if you're an online streamer, gamer, stuff like that, and you live in Australia, man, the struggle's real. Now, one of the questions that I had was, would the VPN function exactly the same when I was actually running cellular data? Because I was like, all right, I saw the speed decrease when I was on home Wi-Fi. So what would it be like? How will it perform on cellular data? So we tried this. Now things took a little bit of a different turn when I went to my desktop, and this was a really strange one. I'm not 100% sure why. I did multiple tests on it just to make sure that I wasn't tripping, but ran the data test on here, same Wi-Fi network that my phone was on, but on my computer, when I put on the VPN, it dropped dramatically. I went from like 90 something download to like 5, like massive discrepancy, like not even close. Like, oh yeah, you know, maybe something similar to my phone. No, not even close. I was like, yo, this is wild. What is going on right now? So when I started to play content, I noticed that there was a buffer time to actually start the video. But once the video started, we were good, but it definitely didn't play as fast as it did on my phone. So that was a little strange. So I'm not sure if it had anything to do with Mac OS High Sierra, not 100% sure, but even on Sierra, when I was running Sierra, there was still a time to kind of buffer to get things moving, but once it did, it was good. So for those of you that are kind of like a 5 and below on the tech savviness meter, I'm letting you know right now, this is like winning right now because it's super simple. Like Quick Connect allows you to connect in your country, and then you can kind of scroll across the world and say, you know what? I know there's this content in China, or I know this content that's specifically in the States that I want to have access to. Click the States, connect. You're on a server in the States and you have access to that stuff without it saying, this is not available in your country. And I'm just like, bruh, I just let it. So yeah, guys, hopefully this was a little bit helpful on kind of the basics of NordVPN and why I actually really enjoy the service. Going into it, I didn't really know what to expect. Again, I'm not super into the whole servers and P2P and all that stuff. That's just not something that I'm really into. I just want to look at content, view it, do reactions to it, comment, do theories, things like that. Outside of my tech stuff. So I was like, look, bro, like I just need this to work so I can view this content. And this allows me to do it and I love it. Super simple. So if you guys are interested in NordVPN, I'm gonna leave a link here. Voila. If you use this link, nordvpn.com/absolutely, 70% off, guys. 70, not 17, not 7, 70. 70% off for 2 years. Fly. So if you guys are interested in that, use that link. I'll leave a link in the description as well so you guys can jump right to it. I think it's super fly. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you interested? Are you not? What VPN do you use and why do you use it? I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys are subscribed, have the notifications turned on so you don't miss any future geek content. If you guys like the video, hit that thumbs up button, show your boy some love. And if you want to check out my last video, the link will be right here to the side. All right, guys, till next time. See you later.